Could Nintendo Switch 2's VRR support take gaming to the next level? Let's dive into this intriguing tech dilemma that has the gaming community buzzing. When you play games, you naturally want the most seamless experience possible. That's why cutting-edge TVs and handheld consoles now often come equipped with variable refresh rate VRR screens. See, VRR technology adjusts the screen's refresh rate on the fly, so if your graphics card can't maintain a steady 60 or even 120 frames per second, your screen can handle those fluctuations better. The Nintendo Switch 2 boasts a VRR screen, and initially, Nintendo promoted the idea that the Switch 2 could also take advantage of VRR on your compatible TV. However, soon after, they removed references to VRR for docked mode from their official website. On May 16th, the company issued an apology, clarifying that the Nintendo Switch 2 supports VRR exclusively in handheld mode. But here's where it gets interesting. Despite this official stance, I discovered that the official Nintendo Switch 2 dock indeed does support VRR. This was confirmed by connecting a Steam Deck to the dock. It turns out that several other competing handhelds, like the Lenovo Legion Go S running on SteamOS and the Asus ROG Ally X using Bazzite, can output 4K at 120 Hz with both HDR and VRR when using the Nintendo Switch 2 dock. You can see this in action with a Samsung S90C TV, as reported by various users on Reddit. However, let's discuss practicality for a moment. Playing a PC handheld through Nintendo's dock isn't exactly user-friendly. You'd require a USB-C extension cable and have to hold everything in position to prevent it from disconnecting. But with some creativity and perhaps just the right cable at hand, it becomes achievable. And before you ask, I've actually confirmed that 4K VRR does work at up to 120 frames per second via this configuration. Using an open-source VRR test tool, I monitored how varying frame rates, like between 48 FPS and 60 FPS and even 90 FPS, remained consistently smooth on the TV. And this is the part that sparks debate. If the Nintendo Switch 2 and its dock can support VRR, why hasn't Nintendo made this feature available for gameplay on TVs? VRR would be especially beneficial for demanding games like Cyberpunk 2077, which struggles to maintain a continuous 60 FPS on the Switch. Or even for games that dip below the ideal frame rate. The result is often noticeable stuttering, which disrupts the flow of gaming. Could it be that Nintendo just doesn't believe the Switch 2 is ready for a full-fledged TV experience? According to Digital Foundry, the Switch 2's VRR, even in handheld mode, shows some hiccups. For instance, issues like screen judder in Cyberpunk 2077 and No Man's Sky have been observed. But some games do demonstrate proper VRR, and it's clear we know it's operational because Nintendo's own Welcome Tour has revealed effective VRR support. However, as Digital Foundry points out, the inconsistency of other games is disappointing. Let's stir up some conversation. Do you think Nintendo made an oversight regarding VRR for the HDMI output? Is the lack of VRR support on the big screen a strategic decision or simply a technical hiccup? Let us know what you think in the comments below.